All right, so now we're going to do some basic cleanup here in our Create React app application or boilerplate. So in VS Code, I'm going to go into my client source folder here, and I'm going to delete some files. I'm going to get rid of service worker.js, logo SVG, index CSS, and app.test. So I'm just going to completely delete those files, which will break our application for now, but we're going to go into index.js, get rid of the reference to the index CSS, get rid of the service worker, and this down here. So basically we're just bringing in React and React DOM and our main app, and we're just rendering our main app in the index HTML file. So we'll save that and close that up, and let's go into app.js. So in app.js, I'm going to get rid of the logo import. And as you can see, it's an app function. They just updated this in Create React App. This used to be a class, but now with the popularity of hooks, it looks like they're going towards functions, which I'm going to keep, but I'm going to make it into an arrow function. So we're just going to do this. And we're just returning a single element, so I can actually get rid of the return and the curly brace and just return the div directly, like that, and we can get rid of the header inside of it. And in fact, we don't even need a div. I'm going to bring in a fragment, and we're going to replace the div here with fragment. And fragment is just like a ghost element. It won't actually show up in the DOM. And then for now, let's just put an H1 in here that says app. All right, so we'll go ahead and save that. And our app should be running good. And I'm just going to open up my console on the side here as well. Okay, and now the app CSS file has a bunch of CSS in it. I'm going to clear that out, and I'm going to go into my theme. So, which is the wrong one? And I'm going to grab the style.css. I'm going to take all of that, copy it, and put that in app.css. And there's one thing we have to do in here, and that's change the path of the showcase image, which is, it's on the landing class, so right here. So initially it's going outside, to the above directory, but we just want one dot because it's going to look in the same folder. So let's save that, and we're going to get an error saying that it can't find showcase JPEG. So let's close up the CSS, and what I'm going to do is just grab from my theme the showcase JPEG, copy that, and put that into client source, and then let's create a folder called IMG, and let's paste that in there. Okay, so now that error should go away. All right, cool. Now we're also going to be using Font Awesome, so I'm just going to quickly, and you can see the CSS is included because the font's changed. But let's go to Font Awesome. fontawesome.com and start using free, and then we're going to just grab this link right here, copy it, and go into our public index HTML and get rid of these comments and paste that in. Okay, I'm just going to clean up this stuff too. We don't need all these comments in here. And then for the title, let's just say welcome to Dev Connector, and we'll save that. All right, so now Font Awesome is being included. So now what I'm going to do is create a couple components. I want to create our nav bar and our landing page first. So in source, let's create a folder called components, and in components we'll create another folder called layout. And inside layout we're going to have a file called navbar.js, uppercase N, and let's also create landing.js. Okay, now I have the ES7 React Redux snippets extension, so I can do RACF and enter, and it's going to create a functional component for me, and it's going to take the name from the file. All right, now for now I'm just going to have static HTML output. I mean, later on we're going to have some state where we pull from Redux and we decide what links we're going to show, but for now it's just going to be static HTML or JSX. So let's go back into our theme here and go to the index HTML, and I'm just going to grab the nav tag here. Okay, so we'll copy that and replace this div like that. Now we need to change the instances of classes, so I'll highlight the first one and then just do Control D to get the next one. and change those to class name. We'll deal with these links in a little bit. So let's save that. And then for landing, I'll do RACF. And I'm going to go back to my theme and grab the section with the class of landing. So that whole section right there. And just paste that in right here. And then replace the classes. All right, so we'll save that. Now let's go back to app.js and let's bring both of those in. So we'll import navbar from component slash layout slash navbar, and then we'll also bring in landing. Okay, and then let's replace this with navbar, and then we'll just put in landing for now and save. And now if we go back to our application, we can see the navbar on the landing page. All right, so in the next video, I want to implement React Router. I want to make it so we can actually visit, we'll create the sign up, the login and the register components, and make it so that these links actually can go to those pages. We'll create the routes for them and so on. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.